let's move on to the games that are on our table today. First up, Morocco taking on Spain. Now, for those who do not know, this is also a game that is very historical, if you understand a bit of the backdrop there. The XGs or the performances from their last games, now that's the schedule for today. Morocco at 3, and then Portugal, Switzerland at 7, which should be tasty. It should be a tasty game. It should be a good one. We'll talk about that in a second. So you don't think it would be nice?
Oh, I feel like it's the result is written in the stars.
It's written in the stars.
Yeah,
Portugal to win 3-0.
Oh, not 3-0, like 2-0.
Like 2-0.
I don't see Switzerland putting out much of a fight. Okay. That's why I'm not excited.
No problem. Let's talk about this one first. So this is the performance from the last time these two countries played. Spain, an XG of 1.1. Morocco, XG of 0.4. But they ended up winning that game, I believe.
Yes, that was
Canada
2-1.
Against Canada. Spain, of course, that's for them. They dominate the ball and dominate for sometimes domination's sake. 6 shots inside the box, 5 dribbles. So clearly, when you look at these two teams, I think this tells us, it gives us a brilliant idea of what we'll be seeing today. Spain having more of the ball, Morocco staying disciplined and possibly catching them out on the occasional break.
Morocco have been brilliant defensively in this whole competition. The only goal they've considered is an own goal. It was a freak own goal. They've been extremely difficult to break down. Mm-hmm. And that's the same problem that Spain has also struggled to. Put that Costa Rica game aside. They struggled to break teams down. Against Japan, we saw it. Against Germany, who are even a bit more open, they struggled. On paper, if Morocco go with the same approach they've gone throughout the competition, if they don't get drawn into the fact that they need to play a certain style of way because of the stage, I fancy them to win. And I think this game will end in 90 minutes. Because their counter-attacking strength, their set-piece strength, is not something that Spain can deal with. And the Spaniards have shown in all the 3 games, minus Costa Rica, in the game against Germany, in the game against Japan, that defensively they are a bit wobbly. When they don't have the ball, they are very suspect. And the Moroccans have been very purposeful with the ball. They are extremely direct, aggressive on the counter-attack. And I feel like that their game plan will work perfectly against the Spaniards today. Again, if they maintain what they've done in the group stages, if they don't go back to the Morocco that we know, that team with some flair, if they stick to their principles throughout the competition, I think this game will end in 90 minutes and Morocco will win.
Wow. Suzu?
I actually agree with Daniel. And that's even the reason we've chosen this data, is to show something. Look at this. 82% possession, and you get 1.1 XG. What were you doing with the ball? All of that for 6 shots inside the box. Think about it. Morocco had the ball 41%. They got 3 shots inside the box. Okay, you can say it's low, whatever. Spain had all the ball, 82%, and got 6 shots inside the box.
I see.
That's not good enough. Now, even let's go to final third entries. We entered the final third 107 times. 107. So Morocco's 31. And all you got from those 107 final third entries was 6 shots inside the box. They are blunt. That's what this data is telling us. Because if you look outside the huge passing numbers, the huge possession, there's not much. They are not creating.
They don't have an edge to them.
They don't have an edge to them. And we said this when the tournament started, that this would be a problem. They scored Costa Rica, and we're thinking, hey, have we gotten it wrong? It looks like in the end, they reverted to type. And that's why I will side with Daniel that, look, if you look at how blunt this Spain team is, Morocco have every chance in the world. Funny enough, if it was Germany who were playing, I would be more concerned because their chances will come. Yeah. What Germany didn't have was the finish. And that's what caused them in the end.
But they would have created the opportunities.
They would have created the chances. So when I look at Spain, I feel like, I said this before the Japan game, that Japan, considering that they beat Germany, and this will be a similar game, they can do it again. I said it before. And looking at how Morocco have played, I can see them beating Spain as well. The only concern for me is that when I look at Morocco's numbers, in terms of XG, the numbers are not too high. That's the one concern for me. So it means that the chances they are being created, it's more the technical excellence of their players that are getting them the goals rather than they are creating easy chances anyone can score. And that can become a problem in certain games because technical excellence is there. But it's not every game that you... Sometimes, like I've said this about Messi too, you want to put your best players in the best possible opportunity. You can't always want them to rely on their skill and individual brilliance. Sometimes, even Neymar wants to get a tap-in from 6 yards out. He can dribble people and make that for himself. But why put him through that stress when you can put on a plate for him? And that's what worries me about Morocco. They've not created much in terms of high quality chances.
Great.
So that's something to be worried about.
Great. Dan, if you were Luis Enrique, what decisions will you make, especially in attack? We've seen him go with Alvaro Morata coming off the bench. Will you start Morata just to change the dynamic a bit?
I'll change the approach, but he won't do it. That's the thing. I'll change the approach. I'll go a bit more direct. But again, he won't. You see, when you are playing a defense that is comfortable sitting back, you need to move the ball a bit quicker. And Spain's sideways passing, gradually moving forward like this before it gets. And the data clearly shows you. If you're having 6 shots in the box, and you're having final third entries 107. It means when you get there, they almost want to make the perfect moment before somebody takes a shot. There's always an extra pass and an extra pass and an extra pass. And if you are facing a defense that has bodies behind the ball and are comfortable sitting there and maintaining that block, when the ball is going, they're all moving towards the side. When the ball is, they don't stretch and create spaces for you to run in behind. And they are big and they are strong and they can defend crosses into the box. You need to move the ball a bit quicker. You need your runners to be a bit more direct, move the ball quickly so that you can quickly exploit the split-second spaces that show up. But Spain don't play that way. And that's why I feel like this is playing straight into the hands of the Moroccans. The only way that Spain can win this game is if Bono has a bad day. If maybe he lets in some mistakes, some silly mistakes. That's the only way I can see it. But I really don't see, trust me, 90 minutes, I don't even see Spain getting that wow opportunity where they should have scored. Maybe if Morocco are leading and Spain all of a sudden, a miracle happens and they decide to go route one. But if not, if it is what we saw against Japan, where they wanted an equalizer, yet they were passing and passing and passing and passing and passing, and the Japanese were just standing there waiting for them to come. They can't beat them.
And to Daniel's point, I don't even believe they have the profiles in their squad for that. Because truth be told, if you look at, if they had a player, a kind of a Bellingham type midfielder, someone who likes to get into the box and make things happen, Gavi and Pedri are more controller types. They are more likely, they want to kind of sit at the edge of the box and play the pass before they kind of cut back or something. They are more creative. They are not trying to get into the box to score. If they want to change their approach, you want to have Morata and a midfielder like that who is trying to crash the box, get opportunities, make those late runs. A Lampard, Gerrard style midfielder, to put it more simply. But personally, I don't even think they have one.
If I want to go that direct approach, you put Morata up top in the middle. You put Nico Williams, who is direct. You put Dani Olmo, who can be direct, because we've seen him at RB Leipzig. He can be direct. And in the midfield, you need to change something. You have to change something. Personally, I may drop Asensio and give him his Real Madrid type role, where it's a quick pick and pass and move. It's not touch and pass and what Gavi and Pedri have been doing. Maybe I have my Busquets. Even Busquets in that role, no, I will not like it. I'll bring in a centre back in Pau Torres and send Rodri back in there, because I think Rodri makes the game take a bit faster than
Are you of the school of thought that you don't play 2 left-footed centre backs? Because I think that's part of the issue for Spain. Their 2 best centre backs are left-footed, which is why it's either Pau Torres or Laporte, but never both.
Never both of them. That's the thing. I don't agree, but okay, he's not good enough.
Eric Garcia, exactly. That's why I didn't even bring him up.
Eric Garcia is not good enough. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Look, I admire Busquets, but the Busquets of 5-10 years ago is not the same now. It's a bit too slow for me. And when you need your midfield, we've seen Rodri in Manchester City under different circumstances. When they want to be direct, he has the ability to quickly pick up the ball, distribute it quick. If they want to control, he also has the technique and the technical know-how to pick it and dictate a possession. I just feel he's better in terms of a quicker tempo than Rodri, and that is the only way that can undo this Moroccan team. If not, seriously, it's just going to be a 91% against 8.
The one thing I can say is that if one makes better passing options, the Spain players, all the passing options you can find, do them because Morocco, they don't like to have the ball. If they are letting even Canada and Belgium and all these other teams outpossess them, this 82% we've seen, I think a conservative estimate is 70.
70.
It will be 91-9. That will be the total possession. But Morocco win 2-0. We have 2 shots on target.
2 shots on target.